Hello and welcome to episode 5 of World Tour on Football Manager 2021. We are currently managing Chennai City of the Indian National Football League, and if you saw the last episode you will know that we were in 4th place after another defeat against eventual league champions, as it turns out, TRAU. We lost 4-1 to them and previously beat Mohammedan 2-0 in the last episode. Since then we've played 4 games offline, starting off with a good victory against Indian Arrows, a nice 2-1 win there. Francis and Maria Dastan getting themselves on the score sheet. We then played Churchill Brothers and drew 1-1. Susidamai with our only goal in that one. And then lost 1-0 to Real Kashmir and drew 1-1 in our last match with Aswal FC. So that leaves the league table looking like this. We are in 5th place in the league with 2 games left to play. We, like I said, can no longer catch TRAU. Nobody can. They've already been crowned champions. We can get up to as high as 3rd in the league table, but there are no continental qualification places to play for. Obviously no league title to play for. There is one thing to play for, and that's the prize money. So we are in 5th. There's no prize money apparently on offer for 5th place. But if we can manage to get up to 4th or even 3rd, there could be some tasty dollar heading our way. So that is our aim for this episode, to get ourselves up to one of the money-paying positions in the league. And to do that, we will have to beat Gokulam Kerala, who are currently 10th in the league and in the relegation zone, and I'm pretty sure if they get beaten by us today, they will be relegated. And then we have to play Morocco, who are level on points with us, 1 place above us, so that could be a very interesting end of the season game to see who's going to get some money. So since the last episode, I have also been offered a new contract with Chennai City. My contract was up in June of 2021. It's now been extended an extra year through to June 2022. I've also forgot to mention this on previous videos, but I've completed my National C license. That was one of the first things I did. I asked the board if I could do my coaching badge, and finally completed it, and now I'm studying for a National B license. So just getting that bit of extra experience to hopefully help us in getting jobs in the future. And despite me saying in the last episode about our financial difficulties that we may be about to face, I have some transfer news. So we'll start with an outgoing. Robin Singh, my first signing. He was a free transfer and he's played awfully in the games that he's played for us. We obviously brought the Prince in, and he was just smashing goals left, right and centre. So I don't think Robin Singh fits in very well here, and he's on £325 a week. So easy way to cut money there by selling him. So we're selling him for a £15,000 profit to Morocco, who are of course our rivals. So he's heading there on the 4th of June. So he'll be with us for the rest of the season, the last 2 games. But then he'll be heading on to pastures new in Morocco, and safe to say we won't miss him. Now, for the first of 2 incomings, they aren't here yet. They're joining in December, on Christmas Day. In fact, that's when the transfer window opens, apparently, for free transfers. So the first of which is William Oppoku. He is a centre midfielder, and his attributes were just so good that I couldn't turn him down. So yeah, we've only got the range of attributes that he's got here, but if you look at his dribbling, 8 to 12, first touch 9 to 15, he's got decent long shots as well. Passing's a bit of a concern, technique's good as well. He's only 24, so he's still got a little bit of room for improvement, and I'm looking forward to seeing him play. And the other free transfer who's joining on exactly the same day is another Ghanaian, Christian Saba. He is a striker, but he's being brought in to play at left wing. This is because I think I am going to let Jackson Das's contract just run out. It's up for renewal in June, but he's not played that great this season, and I think Christian Saba could probably do better. We can't see all of his attributes, so I'm hoping that some of these ones that have the higher range of 3 to 10 possibly are going to be closer to the 10 mark than the 3. But my scouts, who I don't know if I can trust or not, but my scouts have recommended him highly to me. He's 4-star, 4.5 stars that current ability. I'm a bit blind. 4-star current ability. Hopefully he's going to do a job for us. Both of these guys are in on trial until Christmas Day, when they can officially play for us in competitive matches. So we probably will play them in the friendly matches in pre-season, but they won't be playing in any of the matches in today's episode. So this is the lineup that we're going with for today's first game against Gokulam Kerala. Same as normal in goal, Pratik Kumar Singh. In defence, we have one change, so we've got Balakrishnan at right back, Felix Nixon and Mario Dasan are our centre-back pairing. But then we have Nikhil Raj at left back. He is from our youth system. He's one of a few players that we've signed to development contracts, and I'm mainly playing him because I don't want to have to play Kieran Das. And also, more importantly, Francis Ngange is out injured for between 9 days and 4 weeks. He's out with a sports hernia. There's not much else I can do. I'm hoping he's going to come back as good as he was when he left, but with a player at 35 years old, you can never take that for granted. So that's why Nikhil Raj is making his debut today. In centre midfield, we have Sriram Bhupathi, Varun Mather and Charles Anandraj. Lijo Francis and Joxon Das are our two attacking midfielders on the wings today, and the Prince, who I'm gonna nickname him here if I can remember how to do it. How do I do it? It's probably in the MISC section, wasn't it? There we go. Set nickname. There we go. The Prince. I'm just having a last minute discussion with myself in my head. I'm thinking, because in previous games I have tried out Raju at left wing instead of Joxon Das, and I think I'm gonna try that again. See how he does. He's not meant to play at left wing. Well, he doesn't like playing at left wing, but we'll just see how he does. Got nothing to lose here. So looking at their team sheet, and the one player who I can remember from the last time we played them is actually on the bench, Ronald Singh. I believe he scored against us last time out, but he doesn't even start today's game. I'm going to go with no gesture for the team talk, and I'm going to say it's over to all of you now. Have a good one. That didn't have any effect. Tunnel interview. You're 7th in the form table. Can you turn things around? We need to find some form, and quickly. It's a good chance for us to do so. Do we have a plan to stop Romeo Fernandez? He's a fine player, but I've got fine players too, confident in their ability. And how do we throw Mohammed Awal off his game? I think we can unsettle him and make him uncomfortable. That'll add to the challenge. This tunnel interview is very long. As you prepare to face Gokulam Kerala, are you happy with Balakrishnan's performances as a fullback? Do you want me to be honest? I'm not, if I'm quite honest. His contract is up in the summer. I'm leaning more towards not renewing it than renewing it, but I've not said anything to that effect in the media. I was asked about his contract, and I said that nothing's been finalised as of yet. So I'm going to play it safe. I'll say he's playing there at the moment. I'd be silly to make changes for the sake of it, even though he probably is leaving at the end of the season. So here we go, first highlight of the game. Francis running down the right-hand side. Can he get a ball into the box? He can. Oh, I thought the Prince was going to head that. Rashid clears it though for Gokulam Kerala. And Malem is in tons of space. What has our right back been doing? Just wide. Balakrishnan was let off hugely there by that miss. And Balakrishnan plays an awful pass intercepted by the Gokulam Kerala defender. Flicked on. And Malam's chasing it again. He looks like a danger man. Just wide. Right, we're gonna make sure that we're watching Malam like a hawk. Weaker foot. Tight marking. There we go. Corner. Raji to take it. Whips it in. Easily collected by their goalkeeper, Roy. It's probably not going to be the end of the highlight. So Roy with a long ball forward. Headed away by Bhupathi. But it's back to Ivanaldo for Gokulam Kerala. Running down this right-hand side. Can the Prince get a tackle in? No, he can't. Ivanaldo with the ball again. Long ball down the wing. Looking for Lal Impure. He plays it across goal. Mario Dasan clears it. But straight to the opponents. Again, Lal Impure. I'm changing his name all the time. Tries to play it in the box. Comes to Fernandez. Line Pure again in the box. Plays it back out. And he's hit it wide. I have no idea what he was doing there. He tried to cross it across the box and then he tried to pass it back. So both Felix Nixon and our debutant Nikhil Raj are looking nervous today. They're probably going to look a bit more nervous when I tell them I'm not happy with the performance. Okay, it motivates Felix Nixon. Poor Nikhil Raj is not motivated at all though, still nervous. VJN is nervous as well, and he's currently sat on the bench. So we do have an option on the bench of BJ Shetty. We could bring him on for Raj and move Balakrishnan to left back. which I think we're going to do because I don't want... or do we bring Sahib on? It's telling me to bring Sahib on. No, we'll go BJ Shetty and we will move Balakrishnan to left back. Shetty to his more favoured right back. And I think that's the only sub that we'll make for the time being. Balakrishnan as well isn't on a good rating. Perhaps we'll take him off for Sahib if he doesn't improve in the second half. But let's get into it. Okay, Balakrishnan is not improving. He's getting worse, in fact. So Sahib is going to come on. Not in his favoured position. He's a centre-back normally. But he'll be fine. He'll be fine, I'm sure of it. Anandraj is struggling in the centre of midfield as well a little bit. So I might think about bringing VJT on for him in a little bit, but we'll leave it as that for the time being. Here we go. Chetri, the substitute, with the ball, plays it to Mather in the centre of the field, to Bhupathi, space on the left. He finds Raju in that space, who then plays it back to Anandraj. Raju's got it again. Back to Anandraj. Lovely little chip pass through to Raju there. They're just playing it amongst themselves still. It seems like we'll move forward and then he just decides to play it back again. Be nice to continue moving forward. But Sahib's got it in the left back position. Anandraj looking for Bhupathi. Is that going to get intercepted? Nearly, but Francis was there to pick it up. And the ball's being played through to Francis again. The Prince is in the box. Can Francis find him? He finds Mather instead. Varun Mather breaks the deadlock. Excellent ball into the box from Lijo Francis, and Mather with the finish. I think that's the second time he's scored a goal. Very similar to that. So Bhupathi found the pass to Francis. Francis I thought was going to play in the Prince. Instead pulls it back to Mather, who first time smashes that into the bottom left corner of the goal. What's going on here? Oh, we've got a free kick. Good position. Can Raju do what he did in his first goal for us? Oh, you bet he can. What a finish. Pravito Raju, take a bow, son. 2-0. That's... Look at this. Smashes it. I mean, Roy probably should have done better. He did get a hand to it. A bit of a stronger hand might have helped him there. So it's Shetty with the ball in the right back position. Can he find a teammate to pass to? Plays it all the way back to Kumar Singh. That was a bit risky, but he got away with it that time. Mario Dasan clears that one to the Prince, and that's a foul, surely. As if is going to be sent off here. They're losing their heads. Relegation all but confirmed, and they're losing their heads. 10 minutes to go, and there's another highlight. Roy with the goal kick. Headed away by Felix Nixon. Francis nips in there just before their left back, and Francis is through on goal. Francis shoots, it's off the post. So close. I feel like he might have been better off passing that across the box to who I can only assume was the Prince. But never mind. Raju with the ball in, and Anandraj nods that very high over the bar. 10 minutes left. We're going to make the final sub of the game. And we are going to take Anandraj off. He's on a yellow card. Don't want him to get sent off. And we'll actually bring on VJN this time because he's not looking as nervous now. As we have a corner which is easily collected by their goalkeeper. Free kick late on. Raju whips it in. Collected by Roy. And I'm assuming they're going to launch an attack from this. Or not. So it's Maria Dasan playing the ball nicely to N. Now Mather flicks back to the Prince, who gives it away to Fernandez. And it's Lalimpuya through on goal to get a consolation. No, it's saved by Kumar Singh. Keeps his clean sheet intact. And there we have it. Full time. Outstretched arms. Well done, lads. Good win. Beautiful. Let's see how that moves us up to the table. After this, another tunnel interview. How much did you enjoy Lijo Francis's performance? He was inspired. It was a privilege to watch him play. Nikhil Raj has become Chennai City's youngest ever player. How high are your long-term hopes for him? I don't want to say he's exceptionally gifted. He's got a great future ahead of him. We'll go with that one. So as we look at the league table, Morocco, they dropped points. They drew against Punjab FC today. So we go above them into fourth, into the money-paying position. We're level on points with Real Kashmir, but they do have a game in hand. So we'll have to keep an eye on their game in hand to see if we're going to have a chance of getting a bit more money. But we also need to beat Morocco, of course, in our final game. And there's the confirmation of that sweet 530 quid in the bank account. So I'll be back in a second with the second match against Morocco. So this is the final game of the season, and these are the league standings. So we are fourth. Mohammedan can still go above us. Morocco, if they beat us today, can still go above us. Churchill Brothers may be able to still go above us as well if they win their game. No, they can't, because I've just misread that. They've played all their games. They can't go above us. Okay, so the lowest we could finish is sixth. The highest we could finish is third. We had a favour done by Mohammedan beating Real Kashmir in their game in hand. So we are playing today against Morocco. Mohammedan are playing against Azol. I believe Real Kashmir aren't playing until tomorrow. Yes, and they're playing against TRAU, so hopefully they should lose that one. So as long as we win today, we should theoretically get that 40 grand prize money for finishing third. But we need to win first. And we're going to have to try and win today's game without Charles Anandraj. He has picked up a suspension for too many yellow cards, so can't play. So we've brought in Rajavan Susedamai, who is leaving us. This is the last game that he will play for us. So we'll say a fond farewell to him. We're going to stick with the team elsewhere as we had in the last match. I don't think we've got to say goodbye to anyone else. Oh, we have to say goodbye to Balakrishnan, because he's probably 85% not going to be here for next season. And of course on the bench there's a few players that we need to say goodbye to as well. So Jackson Das, farewell. Robin Singh, farewell. I think that's it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. We've got Ashik Kumar on the bench, who is another of our youth development players. I'm not sure if I've shown him in a previous episode, but here he is again if I have. He's 8 passing, nice, tackling of 6, pretty good, and first touch of 7. His determination has gone up in the training sessions in the past little while as well, which is always a good thing. So hopefully he can do a bit better than his potential ability looks like in that star rating. But I've always one to give youth a chance if there's a chance to give it to them. Does that make sense? Probably not. But let's get into the final game of the season against Morocco. So trying to scour my brain to remember who was dangerous last time for Morocco, and I think it was Maitai, who is a winger, if I'm remembering rightly, and Rajesh, he was their striker. So they were the two danger men. But hopefully we will have learned from last time and have a plan to deal with them. So we're going to pump our fist and say, let's give the fans some... No, we're not. We're going to say, I know a lot of you will be keen to avenge what happened when we last played Morocco. Go out there and express yourselves. There we go. It's the reaction we like to see. Given how well we played against Gokulam Kerala, presumably I'll be asking for more of the same here. It gives us confidence. The whole team wants to keep this run of form going. How are you approaching the task of breaching the National Football League's best defence? I don't think we need to do anything special, but we have to believe we can beat them, because we can. How much of a threat do Morocco pose? I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully we can put a dent in their ambitions. Do we have a plan to stop Rajesh? He's got 15 goals and 20 appearances. He's a fine player, but I've got fine players too. That question seems to come up a lot. But anyway, here we are. It looks like a packed house for this final game of the season against Morocco. I think they gave us one of our highest attendances this season, so it's not surprising really. So Vorghese with the free kick. Gets the ball back from Shobaraj. Plays it forward to Maitai, who gets tackled by Bupati brilliantly, and the Prince holds the ball up well. Bupati has the ball again. We're not really advancing very quickly, but it's just a slow build-up play, which I don't mind as long as we keep hold of the ball. As Raju loses the ball. No, he doesn't. He keeps it. He kept it. I didn't jinx him. Raju. Oh, I don't know what you're doing there. Wow. We'll forget that happened. As Kumar Singh plays a short goal kick to Felix Nixon. And now it's Suse Demai, one of the players, saying goodbye to Chennai City after today's game, as Francis is dispossessed there. And it's a long ball forward from Singh, looking for Rajesh. The keeper's come and he's cleared it. But Hangai, was Rajesh onside there? It doesn't matter. He's missed anyway. I think he was offside. He was offside. So that's fine. Free kick for us. Balakrishnan plays it short to Susa Demai and gets the ball back from him. There's a bit of space over this left-hand side. That seems to be a thing I say a lot. We seem to always have a man in space on the left-hand side, but we never use him. As Balakrishnan and Felix Nixon just pass it amongst themselves, going further and further back down the field. But we're coming forward now with Francis on the right-hand side. Can he get a ball in? Francis can. Raju's there. He's at the outside of the post. It's a better attempt than his last one. So half-time, pretty even game. We're obviously bossing possession because that's what we do best. But in terms of shots, similar amount of shots, 1 on target each. XG's around the same as well. I think we need to get in better shooting positions before taking our shots, it would appear, given we've only got 1 on target. So I'm going to do a hands on hips stance and say I'm not happy with the performance out there. Most of them seem motivated from that team talk. Oh, Nikhil Raj is having a stinker of a game at left back. 6.1. Right, we're gonna bring on Ahmed Sahib out of position at left back for Nikhil Raj, bless him. But other than that, we'll keep things the same. As it appears, there's going to be a chance straight from kickoff in the second half. It's Kalon with the ball at the back for Morocco. Long ball forward towards Rajesh, intercepted by Balakrishnan, and Sahib's got it at the back. Bhupathi now. Through ball forward to Susa Demai. Mather with a lovely pass to Francis. Francis with a chance to get the ball in the box perhaps here. Plays it back to Susa Demai instead. And he plays it even further back to Balakrishnan at right back. Long ball forward from him, looking for Francis, but the goalkeeper gets there easily. And launches it forward towards Rajesh, who takes a touch. He's got past one of our defenders. There's a flare going off behind the goal. It's all going on here. But he's missed the target. That would have been perfect timing for that flare if he'd managed to score there. Francis with the ball down the right-hand side, crosses it in. Raju's there. He's hit the post once this game, but instead plays it back to Bhupathi. Now it's Susa Demai. Forward to Francis. The Prince has it. He's not scored in a while. Back to Bhupathi. Just slowly moving the ball around. Keeping possession. Don't jinx it. Bhupathi again plays it back to Maria Dasan. Bhupathi just seems to be the anchor man in midfield here. Everything's going through him. As Balakrishnan gets it on this right-hand side. Plays a long ball forward. Looking for Francis. Finds him this time. The Prince is there. It's just over the bar. He was offside, I think. I think he was offside. He might not have been offside. I think I just made that up. I saw a flag and panicked. As Singh has the ball for Naraka and plays it back to Gupta. Mather gets the ball back though, fortunately, but then loses it to Gupta. And it's a long ball forward. Rajesh through on goal. Rajesh! He scored his 16th goal of the season. The flare goes off at just the right time. And we are 1-0 down. So we're gonna have a change in midfield. We're gonna take Mather off, bring on VJT. There's a couple of players, or at least Jackson Das I was looking at bringing on, but he's looking a bit anxious, so I don't really want to bring him on when he is feeling that way. So we have a throw in deep in our own half, and we give that away to Gupta, and Rajesh is in plenty of space there. He has a shot, and was there ever any doubt that he was going to finish that one? He gets his second goal of the game. Naraka look like they are going to win this one and possibly go above us. Probably go above us. And we're gonna do our final sub. We're gonna bring on Robin Singh, and we're gonna play him attacking left midfield. Don't even know if he can play there or not, but we'll go with it. And we've got 7 minutes left to try and get 2 goals. I don't think that's going to happen. So there's a full-time whistle. Disappointing end to the season. 2-0 defeat to Naraka. I think that means that we're going to finish in 5th place, pretty much bang in the middle of the table, and won't get any prize money for our season, which won't help our finances at all. I'm going to thrash arms and say I'm far from pleased with that result. The Prince seemed demotivated. Why? How do I reflect on the season as a whole? I can't complain. It's been a productive season. We were expected to finish 10th. We finished 10th. We've not finished 10th. We finished 5th. Bad day at the office. Yeah. Game is over. I don't want to discuss it any further. How did you rate the clash as a final match? I think most of the players were already mentally on their holidays. And Rajesh's goal was pretty decent. There's not a lot you can do with goals like that. And there is the final league table. Chennai City in 5th place. At least we can't go down any lower. We don't get any prize money, I don't think, unless there's a nice surprise coming my way. But it's a pretty decent first season. Oh, interesting. So I've just skipped ahead because I wanted to get the final league table before I left it for today's episode. And we have had our intake of new youth players. And there's one person in particular who looks very nice indeed. Srikanth Kutimani. He's got 4.5 star rating in his current ability, apparently. He's attacking centre midfielder. His technique is 14. He's got passing of 8. First touch and free kick taken of 9. Dribbling of 7. Determination of 16. He's only 15 years old. We could have a world beater on our hands here. I'm just gonna approach to sign him straight away. Yeah, happy with that. Negotiate contract, 200 quid, whatever you want, mate. This is my issue. I just like to please them. Other than that, they're all pretty good potential wise. We'll see what my coaches think as to whether who we should sign from them. But obviously we don't have a massive wage budget, so yeah, we'll just see. So there we have it, the final league table. You can see confirmation there that Gokul and Kerala have been relegated. I don't think it would have mattered anyway because according to the rules, both Sudeva and Indian Arrows were exempt from relegation, despite the fact it only says Indian Arrows are there. It says in the rules that Sudeva are too. So Gokul and Kerala won't be playing against us next season, but everyone else there will. TRAU obviously champions and qualify for, I think, a Confederations Cup place. Not sure. Doesn't really make sense to me. But a 5th place finish, like I said earlier, I'm pleased with that. I would have taken that at the start of the season. We, 13 points off top of the table. Not too bad. Also only 14 points off bottom of the table, but it's an 11-team league. We only play 20 games. It's going to be close pretty much every year, I would imagine. But looking forward to the next episode. We're going to do a sort of season review episode. We'll look at the stats for each of our players, have a look at the league stats overall as well, have a look at where we need to maybe improve for next season and that sort of thing. But that is it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel to get all my content when it comes out. Click the notification bell to stay notified, and I'll see you next time.